Well, the Debt Management Office says the federal government of Nigeria plans to raise 1.8 trillion naira from bond market in the first quarter of 2025. But this was outlined in the newly released bond issuance calendar. It highlighted new bonds across 3 monthly auctions scheduled for January, February, and March 2025. This funding effort is part of government strategy to address the fiscal deficit to fund critical infrastructure. Recall that federal government is projecting a budget deficit of 13.08 trillion naira, representing 3.87% of the country's gross domestic product. The auctions are scheduled for January 27th, February 24th, and March 24th, 2025. Meristem Securities Limited has brought key market players into the common room to review business conditions of 2024 and look ahead of 2025 market. Effiong Ekop reports.
And the removal of illegal...
Meristem Securities Limited, a financial services company, assembled market players, analysts and government officials in Lagos for Global and National Economic Outlook 2025.
If that infrastructure were to happen, it won't be just Ondo, it will be things dropping down.
Top officials of Meristem said the event aimed to broaden investors' pattern of thinking to influence portfolio growth nicely in 2025.
What we are trying to do is to actually provide insight for our investors, for our clients, for the purpose of taking better investment action. You know, you need deep insight. You need awareness of the economy, of what is going on globally, what is going on in domestic environment, for the purpose of making better investment decisions.
2025 from the budget you can see is very aspirational in terms of the benchmark for the budget, in terms of revenue and a lot of other reforms government is pushing to improve on revenue generation. So we believe that 2025 holds a lot of promises, and we do not foresee the kind of pressure that Nigerians have had in 2024.
Special advisor to the President on Economic Affairs, Mr. Tokwe Fashua, urged diligent management of private and public resources, believing that the new year, with a budget size of 49.7 trillion naira, holds windows of opportunities.
We have a 49.7 trillion budget, which is significantly above what we had last year, in Naira terms at least. And what we intend to do is to be able to use that budget to focus on the local economy, to use what they call the purchasing power parity, to see what Naira can buy in Nigeria. So for those who talk about the dollar equivalent, that's not the issue.
For better life and business in 2025, suggestions came that government should create more attractive ecosystem for investment, paying attention to activities in agriculture, while the Central Bank of Nigeria should control inflation and stabilize the value of the naira. Effiong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, the stock market regained strength on Thursday and reversed losses of previous 2 days. The market index, showing the movement of securities prices, climbed 0.09% in late hours of deals, which indicated a recovery part. Dangote Sugar was the biggest price gainer at a percentage of 9%. Other top gainers were African Prudential Insurance, Dangote Cement, GT Holdings, First Bank Holdings. Nigerian Breweries came down with the heaviest loss of more than 2%, followed by Aradel Holdings, FCMB, O&O, and UBA. Business values of more than 14 billion naira moved on the floor. And finally, crude oil prices gained for a second session today, supported by worries over supply amid U.S. sanctions on Russia, a larger than forecast fall in U.S. crude oil stocks, and an improving global demand outlook. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude sells for $80.24 with an upward review of 0.25%. Brent also experienced an uptick of 0.20% to sell for $82.19 per barrel. Bonny Light sells for $78.62 with a decline of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, dealers offer $81.72 with an upsurge of 4.85%.